Hello, and welcome to Business 110 Introduction to Business. My name is Tammy Wise, and I am the instructor for this class. I always get asked, what should we call you? And Tammy is fine. I am not Mrs. Wise. So if you have to call me anything, it could be Miss Wise or just plain Tammy, okay? So one of the things I want to do is just go over kind of the structure of the class and give you all a feel for what is expected in this class. So on the screen, you will see kind of the front page of the classroom. The one thing I really want you to pay attention to is right here. It's called announcements. I will use that frequently. Anytime I have something to say to the whole class, I will put it in there. So you will see many announcements, and I suggest you check it regularly. Next thing is your course syllabus. It was already sent to you. We're going to go over a few of those items throughout this video. The next thing is your mandatory course enrollment activity. You must have that done by August the 23rd. If you do not do that, you will be withdrawn from the class as a no-show. That is not a Tammy thing. That is not a Mitchell Community College thing. That is actually from the United States Department of Education. So if you miss that, there is nothing we can do about it. There's no way to override it. If you don't do it, you're not in the class. End of discussion. Next thing I want to point out to you is questions for instructor. So I welcome your questions. So I have a whole section for this. And this is for questions you may have of me that would benefit other students. Now don't send grade questions here because everybody in the class can see it. But if you don't understand the instructions that I have put in the assignment, then by all means, please put it here because I'm almost ready to guarantee you that if you have that question, then somebody else has that question also. So let's get down to week 1. I'm going to click on it and you will see that you do not have access to week 1 until you have completed your mandatory course enrollment activity. Just go ahead and do it as soon as you log on, so get it out of the way. Introductions. Introduce yourself. There are specific things I ask. What do you want to be? Well, first of all, your preferred name. What do you want to be when you were 6 years old? What's your ideal job? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So it's just kind of fun questions. Excuse me, I am so sorry. So let's go back into week 1. There's your learning objectives for this week. There's your PowerPoints for this week. Here's chapter 1 lecture and chapter 2 lecture. Those lectures are from another online course that was synchronous, that we actually met online. They're not specific to you, but they will help you with this class. So forum. First forum is in chapter 1. And I want to talk a little bit about your forums. You will see that I have a discussion forum rubric right here. Your forums are due, the initial form is due by Thursday at midnight. You need to respond to 2 other classmates by Sunday at midnight. Your discussion forum should be 200 words. Your response should be about 50 words. You must have an academic reference in addition to your textbook. Your textbook does not count as an academic reference for all of your forums. Lots of times people will say, well, I'm not going to do it till Sunday. The reason that it's due on Thursday night is that if everybody waited until Sunday at 11:50, how would you respond to 2 other people? So that's why they're due Thursday nights and Sunday nights. Everything in this class is due at 11:59 p.m. So 1 minute before midnight is when everything is due. So you will see week 1. Now you will also see a form that says your company. And what will happen, selecting your company and your company, you're going to be building your own company this semester. The forms for your company, you don't have to have the academic reference, you don't have to respond. Basically, what that is a diary for yourself. So when it comes time to write your business plan, you can just look at every one of the forms that you've written about your company, and your business plan practically writes itself. So we're going to start with week 1. You're going to select a company, and we're going to talk about the 4 fundamental resources that are going to go into your company. And as we go on week by week, there's going to be other things for your company, and these are only worth 10 points, and I'm very, very lenient. As long as you do them, you're fine. Again, it's not for me, it's for you as a diary to use to build your company. So the ones that are for chapter 1 and chapter 2, those are the ones that are due on Thursday nights and Sunday nights. Have to be 250 words, have to have an academic reference. The ones that are for your company do not. Quizzes. You get 10 true and false or multiple choice questions. You get 10 minutes to answer them. You can use whatever outside materials you want, but I cannot and will not extend the 10 minutes. So if you can answer 10 questions in 10 minutes by looking them up, more power to you. So there you go. Each week, you're going to have a forum, at least one, probably 2 forums, and you're going to have a chapter quiz, and you're going to have a company forum that you build your company. And that is pretty much the way the class goes. I allow 2 weeks to be open at a time. So week 2 will be open for you too. However, I will only allow 2 weeks, and you still have to adhere to the college-wide attendance policy, which again is not a Tammy thing. It's actually not even a Mitchell thing. It's a Department of Education thing. And that policy is you must do something every 14 days. So if you want to work ahead, that's fine. But if you don't do something every 14 days, even if you've worked ahead, you will be administratively withdrawn from the class. So I don't recommend that you work ahead for that very reason, because sometimes you get busy and you forget that, ooh, I haven't done something. And once you go to that 14th day, I can't override it. No one in the college can override it. You're out of the class, end of discussion. So please, if you work ahead, remember that. You got to do something once every 14 days. I try to cover a lot of stuff. Again, you will see PowerPoints, lectures, and then Forum 3, Forum 4, my company, socially responsible, you got to answer that, and then quiz 3 and 4. I hope that answers some of your questions. The one thing I want you to do as soon as you log in is just do that mandatory course enrollment activity. It kills me to have to take people out of the class that don't do that. The best way to get in touch with me is via email, twise@mitchellcc.edu. I try to answer emails within 24 hours. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 9:45 to 10:45. And I'll try to answer any questions I can. I put this in your welcome email, and I do really mean this. Stressed students don't learn. But I can't help you and work with you if you don't let me know. If you wait until you're behind and try to reach out to me and you're so far behind, there's not a lot I can do. So if you are anticipating something, if life comes at you hard sometimes, so reach out to me as soon as you feel like you might have some problems, and I will bend over backwards to help you if I can. Having said that, I do not accept late assignments after the due date, unless you've gotten in touch with me and we've worked something out. But don't wait until after it's due and then come to me and say, well, I had a rough week at work. Sorry, dude, it's not going to work that way. You need to come to me ahead of time. So a blanket statement is I do not accept late work. One of the things that the school wants us to focus on is something called transferable skills. And those are skills that may not necessarily be business related, but they're work related. In that, what would happen if you come into work 15 minutes late every day? How long are you going to have a job? So that's why I don't accept late work unless you've come to me ahead of time. And if we've worked something out, that's understandable. But those transferable skills of having to hold yourself accountable and to have some time management skills, those are skills that you will learn in addition to your business skills. So I'm really looking forward to this class. Again, email me if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the classroom. Thanks.